here?
I gotta get up.
Lie down, Will. Come on, you need to rest.
No, I gotta find Kath.
Just lie down. Nobody's going to hurt you.
No, you're gonna send me to that place. No, leave me alone. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not going to that place. No, that's my business.
I'm gonna kill you bitches for this.
What's going on here?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Pringle.
Oh, could you sign in and wait over there till I'm finished, please?
Presume the governor told you about my return?
Yes, she did. And I'd be lying if I said I was pleased about it. Now, could you open your bag and stand away from the counter, please?
Why the sudden interest in security? Or did the governor put you up to it?
No, I'm just doing my job. Nothing more, nothing less. And I won't be intimidated. Now, if you think you can come back here and ride roughshod over me or anyone else, you've got another thing coming. I've tried to be friendly to you over the years while we've worked together, but I won't be made a fool of again.
I'm sure I'll survive, Mrs. Pringle. You just do your job to the best of your abilities, and I'll do mine. Oh, how's Mr. Pringle?
How dare they?
The governor said to go straight through when you arrived.
Sounds like she's got her hands full already. Seems nothing has changed.
They had no right to go snooping around my private life. They made a laughingstock out of me.
I happen to agree with you. Now, will you sit down and keep quiet for a minute? The fact that they were able to do this presents a bigger problem than you think. I can't have my staff being intimidated like this outside working hours. Apart from anything else, it's a security problem.
So what are you going to do about it?
The fact is, it has happened, and your behaviour isn't helping one little bit. You're doing exactly what they'd hoped for.
Mullins must have gone snooping around after me, taping everything I said. That lot were laughing about it. When they're all on charges, they won't think it's so funny.
There's no law against having a cassette tape.
You're not going to let them get away with it.
Well, if you're not prepared to give me the tape, there's not much I can do about it, is
How
there?
would you feel if it was you that was taped?
Of course I wouldn't like it, but that is no excuse for your behaviour today. The women have got something on you. Now, if you...
Afternoon, believe you want to
Wait
see me?
outside, please, until I call you in.
Certainly, Governor.
I want you to replace the tape recorder by tomorrow morning.
I won't.
I won't have my officers damaging prisoners' property in fits of anger.
If that's all, Governor, I better get back to work.
Not until you've had a break and calmed down. I want your word that there'll be no reprisals against the women. Do I have it?
Yes, Governor.
I have dared to love you wildly, passionately, devotedly.
God, he's a jerk. We got him hook, line, and sinker.
I was lucky Reno came along when she did, otherwise he'd still be back.
I suppose we'll cop it next.
It was worth it.
I reckon. Probably doesn't know what she missed out on.
Yeah, and all lurch. Teach her to go swanning around in the new cell block, eh?
Who's going to tell Brumby about a tape deck?
If he doesn't get her a new one, we'll go to Reno. Screws can't go around smashing up our stuff.
Tape days for prisoners. Someone nicked the key out of me cell.
Oh, you sure you didn't lose it? I mean, you've been flashing it around so much lately.
You pizza! It was you!
Lurch and me just borrowed it.
Oh, you're a bloody thief! So you gonna let her start getting away with stuff like this, eh? Just 'cause she's top dog?
You can get it back when we've made a copy.
As bad as the bloody screws changing around when it suits ya!
It looks like the rest of the girls don't agree with you.
I just saw a ghost. I was out having a smoke near the garbage bins. The bloody freak walks in, all dressed up in a uniform.
Yeah, what kind of smoke were you having?
No, I'm telling you, it was her.
Come in. Why do you want this job back?
Oh, I just happened to be talking to the minister, and he seemed to
You
think it was
made
a
it
good
perfectly
idea.
clear what you thought of the job, and me, for that matter, when you resigned. It's a rather sudden change of heart.
I believe I have a lot to offer the job.
Then I wish you'd offer it to some other prison. You didn't have the guts to approach me about coming back. You had to go sneaking off to the minister to get reinstated.
Really must object to your
I've worked
attitude.
with you for too long, Joan. It's obvious I don't want you back. But since you have some mysterious influence over Dwyer, I don't have much choice but to put up with you.
Well, thank you for your welcome.
And I've had enough of your sarcasm. I'm warning you, the first time you step out of line, you'll be on report, and I'll take it as far as I have to get you sacked.
Yes, Governor. Did the Minister by any chance mention anything about transfers for prisoners?
Yes, and I'll be fighting every one of them. I am the governor of this prison, and I decide who will get transferred. You can report to the duty officer to find out where you're rostered. That'll be all.
And we've got our own TV, so we don't have to argue about what we watch. And there's a shower and a dunny, so there's no queues and no cold water. And we've even got our own kitchen.
Still a bloody prison. They make it look like you're living it up, but try and take a walk past the fence and you'll get a bullet in the head.
Jenkins, you know...
Oh, yeah, g'day, Dimmick.
Now, you both know the conditions of staying in here. You've got to look after the new dorm, and there's to be no communication with Tucker.
Oh, sure, Mrs. P. I reckon it's real grouse.
Oh, yes, Mervyn and I wouldn't mind a place like this.
Well, you only have to take a bank loan out without asking, and it's all yours.
A bank loan without us? No, I think we'd rather stay where we are.
Oh, look at this, Mrs. P.
Oh, be careful. Now, I'll be back to check you out in a little while. You look after it?
Yeah, no worries. Now, look, you put that vase down and I'll show you around. Right? In you go.
I suppose you think it's funny, too.
What in particular?
Don't pretend you haven't heard. I must be the laughing stock of the prison by now.
Thought you already were.
Very funny. What are you doing back here anyway? I thought you'd gone for good.
I came back to change your nappies, Adams.
Couldn't find a job more like it.
Don't push your luck. I was working in prisons before you made your first mistake.
Yeah? Well, nobody wants you here. Can't you take a hint?
Adams, there are two ways that you and I can work together. We can cooperate, or I can make your life hell. Now, if you're happy to let the women make a fool of you, then you carry on as you are.
They won't get away with it.
It's not the way it sounded when I heard you talking to the governor.
She'll let them get away with anything.
Exactly. The prisoners have got to learn respect for their superiors. If the governor won't support us, then the officers have to enforce it.
What have you got in mind?
I'll give it some thought. Right now, I just want to see the women. A few things to talk about.
Things were just getting peaceful with Maxwell out of the way and her gone.
Maybe the freak's got a twin sister.
Well, she came out of the pod like in that film.
Good afternoon, ladies.
It was until now.
Still as friendly as ever, eh, Connors? I thought you'd be glad to see me back.
Pigs.
What about you, Simpson? Did you miss me? McPherson? What about you, Marsh? Now, you'd have been too stoned to notice I'd gone. Oh, I'm disappointed.
What are you doing here?
You women need discipline. The department thinks I'm the one to do it. So they asked me back. I'm going to make sure they're not disappointed.
Not so fast, Ferguson. We're not going to let you stand all over us again. Things have been going just fine without you, and if you want war, that's what we're going to do.
I look forward to it.
You told her, Reed.
Yeah, we can't let her take over again. She's a powerful bitch. We got Adams, we can get her too. Meantime, we just got to stick together, right?
Right.
Oh, God, here comes more trouble.
Could I have your attention, please, ladies?
I've heard about the practical joke you played on Officer Adams this afternoon.
Doesn't give him the right to go smashing stuff.
No, it doesn't, and I've told him so, but I'm also telling you that having private possessions is a privilege, not a right. The reforms I've been bringing in are on a trial basis. If there are any more incidents like this, the phone will be the first to go, followed by the reform flat. Do I make myself quite clear?
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds.
God, we're copping it from all sides this afternoon.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I just think I must have laughed too much with Roddy boy. I think I'll go lie down for a tick.
No.
Wendy Daniels with News Update. Prison authorities today released details of the dramatic escape attempt by 2 inmates of Wentworth Detention Centre.
Sounds like you're
The 2 female
famous.
prisoners attempted to escape in a laundry truck, but only one, Kath Maxwell, managed to get out. The other prisoner, Merle Jones, attacked prison staff and officers, and she has been transferred to Ingleside Psychiatric Hospital to receive
I
treatment.
can't. She'll never survive in that place. We've got to get her
It's a trap. They're just trying to flush you out.
You can't know that.
I have been outsmarting cops for years. I know how they think.
Of
Couldn't we just ring and find out if she's there?
I'll be waiting just to trace your call.
I can't just stay here not knowing.
Kath, I am supposed to be looking after you, not getting us both caught. Now, I'm telling you, it's all lies.
Then Andre the Giant, come on. Jeez, he's a big bloke, and he grabs the pulse and lifts him.
Jeez, watch what you're doing. If we break anything, we get booted out.
I'm only trying to be friendly.
Look, why don't you find something to do where you don't have to move?
Bet you these would spell dice if me hoona word all clogged
If you
up.
don't sit down and shut up, I'll dong you.
That'd get you right out of here, wouldn't it, Jenkins?
Ferguson, what are you doing here?
Now, this is their idea of a prison. What a joke.
There's nothing wrong with treating us like human beings, is there?
In your case, Jenkins, yes. You break the law, you deserve to be punished, not have the taxpayers' money wasted on you.
We're being real careful not to break nothing.
Not possible, Dimmock. As soon as the novelty wears off, you'll wreck this like everything else. I can't see it lasting. You should be in a cell like this one. You don't deserve any better.
Jeez, how are we going to stay in here with her breathing down our neck? You stay seated and don't move a finger.
I've spoken to the women and warned them about causing any more trouble.
You really think that's going to stop them?
They'll lose the phone if it doesn't. I won't tolerate any nonsense from them. I don't want any provocation from you either. Once the tape recorder's been replaced, I'll consider the whole matter over and done with.
Yes, Governor.
Good night.
No, Governor. 3 bags full, Governor.
Oh, I can't wait to get home and put my feet up. Having Joan back seems to make the day so much longer somehow. Well, good night, Rodney.
Good night.
Come on, further. Well, stick your tongue out. Well, your throat looks all right, but you still look pale.
Oh, I still reckon I got a hangover from the rat poison.
Why don't you call in sick?
Oh, I don't want to do that. It'll make the freak too happy.
She's enough to make anybody throw up. Do you ever have a dig about me having a habit again? Me and Marty prove it was a setup. She'll have to eat her words.
You haven't had much luck so far.
Kath and Merle are the only leads I got. Can't very well ring Maxwell, and Merle's in the hospital.
Yeah, poor thing. She went all funny when I tried to ask her about it. She must know something.
Hey, we can get Marty to go and see her. They'll let him visit her.
How are you going to do that?
We'll ring him up, Dumbo. Good, you must be feeling sick. Come on, go and get some exercise. And can you lend me some dough?
Oh, all right. This better be worth it.
It feels like it could be a cold night. I'll get some more firewood.
Do you want a hand?
Oh, no, no, thanks. I might chop it off by mistake. Bloody fool. Put it down.
I was going to hang
You're
up
not
if
the only one at risk here, you realise. Wills and Terry went to a lot of trouble to get you out of there. If you blow it, that means we all go for a row. Now, look, it just might be easier for all of us to put this through you right now.
Oh, come on, Marty, answer the phone.
Maybe he's out on a hot date.
Oh, she's not going to...
Will you get that, please, Mum?
Hello?
It's Mrs. M.
So what? Hello, is anyone there?
Could I speak to Marty, please?
Who's calling?
It's a friend of his from college.
Is that you, Marsh?
Oh, good day, Mrs. M. I didn't recognise your voice.
What do you want?
I've got to speak to Marty.
Can't you leave him alone? You've done enough damage already.
I'm only trying to help him.
He's gone away for a few days until his court case. It's no use trying to get in touch with him. Goodbye.
Who's that?
Oh, just some woman trying to sell kitchenware. I told her you weren't interested.
What am I going to do now?
I won't be a minute.
Quick, somebody get some help.
hands are slightly swollen. Have you been having dizzy spells at all?
Only when I heard Ferguson was back on duty.
It's enough, Connors. Sorry we had to call you out for this, Doctor. I'm sure she's just wasting time.
Could you take a blood sample, please, sister? Right, open up, please.
Oh, I've already had me throat checked. It's all right.
Well, let's have a second opinion, then, eh? That's it, yeah.
Come on, Doc, give us the bad news. How long have I got to live?
I'll have to talk to the man upstairs about that, but I wouldn't worry too much.
You've won me.
I want to do some more tests, but they'll have to be done at the diagnostic centre. I'd like them done this afternoon.
Can I just take a couple of aspirin and go to bed?
It shouldn't take more than a few hours. Could you arrange for an ambulance, please, Miss Ferguson?
Yes.
Thank you.
I hope that bitch dies. She deserves it for nicking my key.
Well, she did say she was going to give it back.
Whose side are you on? Once they make a copy of that thing, it's going to be bloody worthless.
Yeah, well, all right. I just don't like wishing someone was dead. It might come true. Then you feel bad.
I thought you were supposed to be getting some muscle to do over Connors' cell.
They're coming.
Here comes Roddy.
Move away from the gate.
Hey, Mr. Adams, I was wondering if you could get some acting classes like you did on the tape.
Yeah, all that romantic stuff makes the girl go all dizzy.
Hey, I really love you, honey, but I just can't smile. What do you reckon, Mr. Adams? We make the grade?
Don't push your luck.
Come on. We've got to get that key before Connors comes back.
Marsh, come with me.
Any news of Rita?
She's having tests done, that's all I know.
I knew she was looking sick, but I didn't think she was
Will you
that
just
bad.
get a move on?
Are we going to visit Rita?
She's not even in the prison. The tests are being done outside. Now stop asking questions and do as you're told.
It's got to be here somewhere. If you'll go easy, Rita will kill us for making all this mess.
Steph, I want me body key back.
Well, what if we can't find her?
We might have to do a deal.
Ay.
Family photos, isn't that touching? Well, what are you going to do with them? That depends on Connors. She want to give me back my key, she'll get her photos. If not, then just have to burn them.
Reek's real crooked. Jeez, Demick, I can't leave you alone for a minute, can I?
I was going to do the dishes. I thought you'd be pleased.
Look, we're only in here for a day. Can't you keep out of trouble for that long?
Hey, this is a new cell block, isn't it? What do you bring me here for?
The women in here are allowed visitors. Jenkins put in a request for you.
Oh, g'day, stranger.
Right there.
No talking to the prisoners in the punishment cell. What's happened here?
Oh, just giving the floor a bit of a clean. Looks real good, don't it?
I'll be back to check on you later, Marsh.
Oh, that was close. Phew, look, you get into that bedroom, you hear? At least you can't cause any trouble in there.
Oh, only till the rest of them comes on. I can't miss that. It's me favourite.
Hey, what's the latest on Reet?
Didn't tell me much, just said she was having tests.
Hey, Spike, why don't you come out here and talk to me?
Shh! Bloody Adams is probably snooping around trying to catch us out. With him and the freak around, we've got to be on our toes.
I tried to ring Marty before, but he was out. I'm sure Mill knows something about the escape, so unless they catch Maxwell, she's the only hope I've got. I've got to contact Marty.
Well, seeing as you've invited me here to dinner, is there anything I can do to help?
It's all organised. I've just put a few spuds in the oven, so now we can have a drink. Salad's all ready to be tossed, and then...
And then?
Well, there's this place a few doors down where they do a butte barbecue chicken.
Splendid. Well, I'll have, what have you got?
Oh, well, there's a bottle of brandy here with your name on it.
Got any dry?
Sure.
You've certainly done wonders with this flat.
Oh, got to give Delia a bit of credit for that. She got me started on the pot plants. Now I can't seem to stop. Make a difference, though, don't they?
Yes, they look lovely. But the place is fairly small. You don't think you'll go bananas cooped up here for the next couple of weeks?
I've no intention of being cooped up, as you put it.
Marty, what I meant was, why don't you go down to the coast, do a bit of fishing?
Run away, you mean?
No, I don't mean
Mum, I'm innocent. I've been set up and I've only got a few weeks to try and prove that. Now, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, would you listen to me? Maxwell will be caught if there's a connection.
Will you get off my back and stop telling me what to do? Of course there's a connection.
If you'd listened to me, you wouldn't be in this mess now. You're a prison
If I
officer.
had listened to you, an innocent girl would be spending the rest of her life behind bars. Don't you care about that?
What are you talking about? You haven't helped her at all. She's still in there, isn't she? And you could be joining her in a couple of weeks. Oh, you've done a very good job.
That's unfair. I've proved that there was a cover-up.
You have proved nothing. I told you to leave it to the police to investigate. And as a prison officer, I told you not to get involved. And I've had to put my own professional ethics on the line and keep these facts from the governor. Oh, I don't see any point in continuing this. You are on your own.
Well, I reckon Mrs M's given you a load of bull. He can't go anywhere. He's on bail.
He can, Alice, as long as he's back for his case. Then it'll be too late for him and for me. Oh, God, what a mess. No wonder she hates me.
Oh, well, he is her only son. You can't really blame her, can you?
Thanks a lot.
Look, I wasn't having a go at you. Will you let me finish?
I'm sorry. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Well, if Merle has the drum, you got to try him again. You got Buckley's are getting the letter out.
And what if he has gone away?
Well, if Mrs M was still there, he can't be going tonight. You have to bring him first thing in the morning.
Just my luck, she'll be on the early shift and she'll spring me again.
Geez, you're a drag.
Lurch, you could ring him. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I suppose. You have to tell me what to say, Bart.
Well, that's easy. Just tell him to go and see Merle.
Oh, yeah, she likes Marty. She'd talk to him.
Right, so if you could go and see
You can't
him...
do that.
Why not?
Geez, you're dumb, Spike. If you try and get anything out of Merle now, you'll just push it right over the edge.
Well, shut up, Brumby. You're not supposed to be talking to us.
Will you listen to me? You two haven't seen her. I have. She's a mess, I tell you. Maxwell's really kicked her in the gut.
Yeah, well, all the more reason for her to stick the boot in the Maxwell.
She's off the air, Spike, I'm telling you.
We've got to try and do something. If they're giving Merle her medicine again, she might be feeling better in the morning.
Right, that's it. Jenkins, march back to your cell.
Wait a
The rules
minute.
state, Jenkins, that there will be no contact or conversation with the person in the punishment cell.
I wasn't talking to her, I was talking to Spike.
Come on, Deborah, get out here.
Why? I haven't done nothing.
Ah, but Jenkins has. Back to your cell.
Just you to bloody blow it, and we haven't even had tea yet.
I did not blow it.
You did, bloody big
Oh,
mouth.
shut up, the pair of you. Now, get out.
Please, Miss Ferguson, it's all my fault. I was talking to them, but they were talking to themselves.
I know what I heard. Now, move. So much for your governor's precious reforms.
Nothing's going to work while you're around. You just get too much fun out of spoiling everything.
Right, Jenkins. Insubordination and insulting an officer. 1 week's loss of phone calls.
It was worth it.
Get out!
Not that, Vic. Just like I'm going to St. Connors.
You better watch it, Spike. You're getting a bit up yourself.
Yeah, and you're getting to be a real wimp.
Connors could do you with one hand tied behind
She's
her back.
sick, remember?
Yeah, well, those photos are all she's got left of Bongo. She'll go crazy
That
if she...
key's all I got left to keep me afloat in this place. So shut up, we're doing it my way.
Hey, anyone got any biscuits? I'm starving.
Hey, what are you doing here? Thought you were the luxury suite for the night.
Bloody freak sprung us talking to Brumby. Got a real kick out of throwing us out, too.
Yeah, with no tea or nothing. And we weren't even talking to her. She was talking to us.
Yeah, well, you never could keep your mouth shut, Jenkins. What a pity nothing interesting comes out of it.
Oh, shut up, Spider. Hey, any news on Reek?
Nah, I don't know.
Gee, better see what I can find out.
Word is she's not real good.
Who told you that?
In fact, she's not getting any better. She's going downhill fast if you don't tell me where she stashed my bloody key.
Listen, scumbag. When Reek gets back, she'll tear you
Oh,
apart.
I don't think so. You just tell her that she might have something in mind, but I've got something of hers she really cares about.
What are you talking about?
Just a couple of photos of her and her junkie brother.
You...
Hey, I'll swap you. Be key for the photos. She'll be real grateful.
You slime. I'm not giving you nothing.
Stop. All those photos will self-destruct into real little pieces.
You try it, it'll be the last thing you ever do. Reed'll see to that and I'll help her. So crawl back into your hole, funnel web.
I'm glad someone can still smile around this place.
It's called job satisfaction, Mr. Adams. I had to remove Jenkins and Dimmock from the reward cell.
Why?
They broke the rules. I had no other choice but to follow Governor's instructions.
She won't be happy about that.
So much for her precious reforms. I knew they wouldn't work. Some people just won't be told, will they?
You're right. Only an idiot would want to help that scum. I'm with you 100%.
Given you another bad day, have they?
Bloody Lisa Mullen set me up for them. She spied on me, invaded my privacy. But I'll get her if it's the last thing I do.
Well, Mullen should be a pushover. I know what I'd do if I were in your shoes.
All right, Connors, I'll be with you in a minute.
Okie-dokie.
Just get into pyjamas and hop into bed.
Oh, what? I don't have to stay here, do I? I thought you just had to give me a pill or something.
You've had a lot of tests this afternoon. They must have taken it out of you. Rest is what you need now.
What I need now is to see me mates. That's what I need now. I'll go bonkers if I'm stuck up here by myself.
I'm sorry, Connors, but
Just do me a favour, will you? Call me Rita.
I'm sorry.
Ta. Well, why don't you open that thing up and see what the doc says? He didn't say nothing to me about putting my feet up.
All right. Well, they really gave you a workover this afternoon, didn't they?
Yeah, you can say that again. They took more blood out of me than you give to a blood bank in a month. They x-rayed me all over and wheeled me off upstairs for a CAT something or other.
CAT scan.
That's it. Felt like a real guinea pig by then. You should have seen the bloke who drove the trolley. I couldn't persuade him to get up any speed at all.
You do have to have some medication.
The way he took the corners. Auntie Ida could have done better, and she's 80.
Here, take this.
I'll take anything if I can get back to me cell and me mates.
Doctor didn't say you had to be kept in the infirmary, but I can't give permission for you to go back to H-Block.
Well, you could ask someone, couldn't you? Please, I'll feel fine. And Lurch has invited me for a visit to the reward cell and everything.
Lurch?
Me mate, Alice. It's a nickname. It's a great big country, Sheila.
Oh, she can't be taller than you.
Well, she's nearly.
I'll tell you what, Rita. If you really are feeling better...
I feel fine, honest.
Well, I'll go and find a senior officer and recommend you be returned to your cell.
You're all right. Thanks.
While I'm doing that, you eat your evening meal, OK?
OK.
Beauty. What are you doing here, Simpson?
Waiting for you. I've got a proposition to put to you.
Oh, I don't listen to propositions from scum
Oh, but
like
you'll
you.
like this one, Miss Ferguson, because you hate Connors' guts just as much as I do.
Simpson?
Somebody's got to get to her, and soon she's got Reno eaten out of the palm of her hand.
What makes you think you're the one to do it?
Because I've got something to her, something she cares a real lot about. But she's going to be as mad as a bull when she finds out, and I'm not going to be much of a match for her if she decides to have a go at me.
So it's protection you want?
Yes, please, Miss Ferguson. Us girls have got to have some sort of hold over her. She's making our lives hell.
Yeah, well, the odds wouldn't be very even, would they, if it came to a fight between the two of you? All right, I'll make sure I'm around when she's released from the infirmary. Get back to the rec room.
Thanks, Miss Ferguson. You won't regret it, I promise.
Well, good evening, Joan.
Evening.
How does it feel to be back?
The same as it always did.
Hello?
This is Sister Fawcett from the infirmary.
Oh, yes, sister. What can I do for you?
I have Rita Connors up here. She's had her medication and her evening meal. I really think she could be returned to H-Block now.
Oh, I don't know about that. Mrs. Reynolds was worried about her this afternoon.
She's fine, Mrs. Slattery. Believe me, there is no reason at all to keep her here.
Just hold on a minute, will you? Joan, that's sister.
Yeah, I heard.
Well, what do you think?
She's the expert, isn't she?
Yeah, well, I suppose it'll be all right. All right, sister, I'll send someone up to collect her.
What if Mrs. M's still there?
I've got to risk it, especially now you got yourself put on a charge.
I didn't do it on purpose, bloody freak.
Hello, Marty Jackson.
It's Spike, Marty. Margaret from Wentworth. Look, I'm sorry to bother you, but I had to.
That's all right. What's the matter?
Oh, Marty, I'm so sorry for landing you in this mess.
No, it sort of proves your point, though, doesn't it?
I tried to tell that to your mother.
When?
I rang you earlier.
She didn't tell me you rang.
Well, she said you were out. Look, she said you were going away on holidays. You can't do that, Marty.
I've no intention of going anywhere, and I wish Mum would stop trying to interfere.
Oh, don't blame her. She must be worried sick. But listen, I reckon Maxwell's escape's tied up in this somehow. I mean, they couldn't get you outside the prison.
I know. I've already figured that one out, too.
If you could just get in to see Merle, I'm sure she knows something. I mean, she thought she was going too.
I agree. I'd already planned to see Mel tomorrow. Don't worry. If she knows anything, she'll tell me. She trusts me.
Oh, I know she does. Oh, Marty, I've been so worried. You've got to clear yourself. I'll never forgive myself if you don't.
Well, stop worrying. I'll clear myself and I'll clear you, too. I'll also have a few words to my mother about withholding my phone calls. Bye, Spike. Take care.
See ya. And good luck.
Well, come on. What'd he say?
He's going to see Merle tomorrow, and he's livid with his mother.
Oh, beauty. Oh, I meant about Merle. Geez, I hope Brumby's not right. Hope nothing happens to Merle.
Oh, shut up, Alice. I feel bad.
Loitering in the corridor, you two are on a charge.
Geez, Rita, I was wondering how you are. Now here you are.
In person.
How you feeling, mate?
Well, just between you and me, I have felt better, but I was going crazy up there by myself. Besides, I wanted to have a deco at the new cell. I hear the freak's up to old form, though, and turfed you out.
Yeah, the bitch. She'll keep, though. Spider won't. We've got to fix her real quick.
When the freak's back, and it'll be no sweat. Maxwell's out of me hair, and once I get that key back, it'll be business as usual.
You've got to get it first.
Yeah, well, stick around, you might see a real professional at work.
I hope you're right. The freak can't back you 24 hours a day.
Well, Maxwell did all right out of it, and I've got a lot more up top than that stupid bitch. Now, how about a cup of coffee?
You're the boss.
Right here, you've got something of mine, Spider.
Jeez, when did you get it?
Shut up, Vicky. Yeah, I got something of yours, and you got something of mine. Even swap, no sweat.
No deals. I want my photos, and I want them now. Otherwise, you'll be doing the sweat.
Yeah, well, you get your bloody photos when I get my key.
What makes you think it is your key? It belongs to everybody, and your days of making money out of it are over.
Since when?
You give me my photos, or I'll tear you apart.
Well, I'll tear your photos apart if you so much as lay a hand on me.
You give me my photos.
Where are they?
You're on a charge. You can cool off in solitary.
I don't care. They're all I've got left after you and the system got through with them. I've got to fight for them. I'll go to solitary, but you make her give them back to me.
You sure saved my life.
Shut up. Give me a key. Come on, give me the key.
Stuff about the key, but you make her give me my photos back.
I thought I was a real god at that. You are, Simpson. You all are.
Please. Please let me call the hospital.
No.
But I'm the reason she's there. Can't I make you understand that?
Look, you made that decision back at the prison. There's nothing you can do about it now.
She'll be all right if she just knows I still care about her.
Kath, you are not making sense.
What do you mean?
All right. Now, look, let's just talk over what you want to do. You want to telephone the mental hospital and... what's her name again?
Merle Jones.
You want to say, can I speak to Merle Jones, please? The hospital staff do a double take because the said Merle Jones is sedated and probably under restraints.
God.
And the only person they know who cares anything about her is a lifer. It's a lifer who's just busted out of Wentworth Detention Centre. So sure, they certainly don't hang up in your ear. No, they keep you talking
All right.
for a while.
I know what you're going to say.
Kath, you might not care what happens to yourself, but I still have a lot of living to do.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I'm just so worried about Merle.
Yeah, sure. Now, look, why don't you make us both a cuppa before we turn in?
Yeah, all right. That's a good idea. I feel like a cup of tea, too.
Oh, and Kath, if you think you can get to the telephone while I'm asleep, don't. I may not be able to see, but I can hear a pin drop.
I apologise for bringing you back, but you did leave instructions that you were to be called if there was trouble. Quite. Remarkable, isn't it? My first shift back, I find a key that the women have obviously been using for some time. Simpson and Connors having a go at each other. You could just as easily have had another Wentworth scandal on your hands.
I'm glad you're so alert, Miss Ferguson. Then you've had plenty of experience with Wentworth scandals, haven't you? Where's Connors now?
She's in the infirmary. She collapsed after the fight.
She should never have been allowed out in the first place.
You can't keep her there forever. Surely even you must realise that a transfer for both of them is the only answer.
Don't try to bulldoze me. I'll make my own decisions in my own time.
Oh, well, if you want to make a fool of yourself, I won't try and stop you.
Would you please bring in Simpson now?
Okay, Simpson.
Should have known better than to trust you. You can lie straight in bed.
Don't push your luck. The governor's here and you're going to need all your wits about you to wriggle out of this one.
You used me. We had a deal.
I don't make deals with the likes of you.
But you said you'd protect me.
Yeah, but you weren't upfront about why you wanted protection, were you?
Yeah, well, I was going to tell you about the key just as soon as I got it back.
Oh.
Well, what? I couldn't lag, could I?
You know, I've seen a lot of scum come and go through this place, Simpson. But you... Ugh, come on.
You, Terry? No, everything's fine. She's asleep. Look, when are we going to get her out of here? Yeah, she keeps hassling me about contacting that Jones kid, the one they put in the loony bin. Yeah, sure, I know. They'll trace it and bingo will all be gone. Look, if we're not going to follow the plan through, this is the perfect spot to do it. No, I'd rather wait for you, mate. But of course, if she looks like causing trouble, I'll fix her, no worries. And she'll have no one to blame but herself. Right. Bye. Silly girl.
She really did destroy them, didn't she? Don't worry, Rita. We can get some more sent in for you.
There aren't any more.
Here, take this. It'll help you sleep. I'll see you in the morning.
Bloody figure, what do I always stop it? What's going on out there?
Shut up, Jenkins.
You better watch it, Simpson. Reed might be sick, but I'll get to her, and that's a promise.
Yeah, well, you'd better be quick. I'm going to Barnhurst in the morning.
Be quiet, both of you.
You set me up, Ferguson, you bitch.
You set yourself up, Simpson. Now get in there and shut up, or I'll make sure you have a very unpleasant reception at Barnhurst.
Your Wise and Connor's been packed up. She near killed me.
This way she won't get a second chance, will she?
I wasn't going to give her the key. She's been ripping the women off for years.
What were you going to do with it?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't thought that far ahead.
I don't suppose it occurred to you to give it to me, without lagging, of course.
No, it didn't. You're a good governor, but we're still on different sides.
I wish you hadn't said that, Rita. That's just what I'm trying to change.
Yes, I know, but it isn't that easy. We're in here, day in, day out, all locked in together. Sometimes the tensions just get much and something's got to blow.
I can understand that. But when you lose control the way you did tonight, you just make it worse for yourselves.
It's sort of a catch-22, isn't it? If you don't blow, you go mad. If you do, you end up in solitary.
There are some officers who think that after tonight's disruption, you should be transferred.
Oh.
I'm fighting against it, but you've got to help me. The reforms must go through. Please use your energy and influence with the women to support me. You'll be amazed at what we can achieve.
Mrs. Reynolds, the way I feel right now, I haven't got enough energy to lift me little finger.
We'll give your body a chance. You've had a lot of tests done today. We'll have the results by the end of the week, then we'll know what's going on.
It beats me.
Yes, we'll. We'll have you back on your feet in no time, don't worry. Good night.
Mrs. Reynolds, I'll try and see that the women give you a fair go.
What a load of bull. He couldn't win if they started him tonight.
Bull nothing. I got the good oil on him. Besides, he likes to go in heavy.
I haven't heard no rain, but got a hotline to Huey, have you?
Didn't you just hear the forecast?
Excuse me?
Those jokers, they haven't been right since Carbine.
Oh, look, it's going to rain tonight, showers tomorrow. The claws don't drain so good. By the 5th, they'll be up to their fetlocks in it.
Excuse me.
Hang on a minute, will you? Who'd you get the good oil from?
Well, Smacker, of course. Oh, you reckons we'll get 25 to 1?
Smacker, that does it. What do you want, kid?
Nothing, thanks.
Well, then buzz off.
No, I mean, I don't want to drink.
Well, booze is all we sell here, sweetheart. What are you, a pimp?
No, certainly not. I'm just looking for someone.
Doesn't he look like a pimp to you?
Oh, he's too much of a wimp to be a pimp. Hey, I'm a poet.
I'm looking for someone called Bob, an acquaintance of Joan Ferguson.
Serves you right. He's all yours.
Bob?
That's my name, yeah.
Look, Joan Ferguson said you might be interested in doing a little job for me. Naturally, I'll pay you.
Naturally. Well, what do you want done?
Could we go and sit down for a minute?
She's sweet. Fred's okay.
There's a woman called Lisa Mullins.
Give you the old heave-ho, did
Look,
she?
if you're not interested, I'll go and see someone who is.
All right, I'm listening.
I told you you couldn't trust bloody Ferguson. I knew she'd get you. Why the hell didn't you listen to me?
If all that means is I told you so, I got the message. Anyway, at least I tried. That's more I can say for you wimps.
I'm not a wimp, and I proved that to you often enough.
Yeah, with your bloody conscience getting in the way, it's a wonder I didn't end up in Barnhurst months ago.
That's not fair. When did I ever dob you in? When?
Say dob, exactly. But it was only my quick thinking that got us out of a few tight corners that you got me into, so I don't want to hear any more of your crap.
Come on, Spite, your last bloody night. What are we yelling at each other for?
Yeah, well, you started it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just... Geez, Barnhurst. How are you going to make out there?
I'll use this, the same as I did in here.
But you won't have no friends to help you out or
So
nothing.
what's the difference? I got no friends here neither.
Thanks very much.
Oh, now what's the matter?
Well, it might be news to you, but I thought I was your friend.
Are you for real? I never pegged you for a friend. I just thought you hitched your wagon onto me because I was the only one who knew how to cut Maxwell down to size. Well, I done it, didn't I?
Geez, I wish I knew what made you tick.
Yeah, well, could we get some sleep now?
Look, if I did muck up some of your scams, I only did it to save you from getting extra time.
Well, Tar! Does that make you happy now? Is that what you wanted to hear, was it?
Bugger you. What are you made of? You don't give a stuff about anyone except yourself. You didn't even have a kind word to give to your mother when she came here dying of cancer. You're the one who's sick. You can get stuff for all I care.
Hey, just like you said. Yeah, you'll be all right, Vic. So will I.
I'm leaving now, Miss Ferguson. The transfer papers for Rose Simpson have been signed and Barn has been notified. The car will be here to pick her up at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
I see.
Connors is to stay in the infirmary until I have the results of her tests.
Which will prove that there is absolutely nothing wrong with her.
I don't like your tone, Miss Ferguson.
And I don't like your methods, Governor.
Then perhaps I could arrange a transfer for you, too.
Oh, I think Mr. Dwyer might have something to say about that.
No one could deny that you are a competent officer of the old school, but I am achieving reforms in this prison, and they can only succeed if I have the cooperation of all my staff.
Save your speeches. Sick of them, and I'm sick of you.
The feeling is mutual.
And I don't even want your job anymore.
Miss Ferguson, this has gone
You
far
know
enough.
that Connors is as guilty as Simpson. She's been nothing but trouble since she got here. Now, suddenly, she can do no wrong.
I have perfectly valid reasons for my decisions.
Does your barky boyfriend have anything to do with them? Sorry. I should have said your ex-bikey boyfriend.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses here